Not too sure how that happened. I don't know if they came out of here and went across, but somehow the car ended up over there. This is a thickly settled area. There is a school that's right to my left, which means the speed should be greatly reduced. And there's a turn that takes you down to, I think that's Walnut Ave. So I'm not too sure how that happened. But I'm not too sure. Very interesting though. I'm thinking they came out of the parking lot. Here comes the ambulance now to evaluate the driver, see how they're doing. Like I said, guys, you tell me, how do you think this happened? Like I said, not too sure. I always tell people to watch their speeds. And this is a prime example of how you should watch your speeds. Like I said, I don't know if they came out of the... Only thing I can think of is they came out of this parking lot and they went straight instead of turning. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, it's kind of hard to say. You can't help me.
Okay. So is there a reason why we're invading someone's privacy right now while they're...
Privacy where? Where's the privacy at? You're in public.
Yes, but there's somebody being taken care of for health reasons.
Okay, so how am I invading their privacy?
Because you're over here filming without their permission.
There's no permission to privacy in public whatsoever. That's the First Amendment. Are you a teacher?
I'm the principal.
So you should know better. You definitely should know better.
So that's how you speak to people when people are in
So you as a principal, right, you should respect people's right to record as a principal. You don't? So you're not a principal then. Now people come bothering me, I don't bother them. I'm across the street. Way across the street. There's no privacy in public. She should be more concerned about how that person ran into that building rather than... Now if I was over there, like over their shoulder, I can understand that because I could be impeding medical attention or something like that, but I'm way over here. I don't want to obstruct medical attention or distract the EMTs from doing their job. So, but you know, this is newsworthy. People need to know what's going on in their community. And she's the principal and she doesn't know about the First Amendment. Very interesting. So it's amazing what the teachers know if the principals don't know. Now, better yet, what are they teaching the students? Just so you guys know, there's no expectation of privacy in public. There's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public. The only time you get reasonable expectation of privacy in public is in a payphone or in a bathroom or some kind of secure office. But other than that, there's no expectation of privacy in public, as far as I know. I'll double check to make sure. Now that officer right there should have a body cam on, right? Now she says nothing about the officer with the body cam on, which is much closer than I am. But she said something to me way over here. Now if you guys don't know, most of y'all, many of y'all can FOIA request the body cam footage of the officer that responded to this accident. And it should be public information. They might redact some information because of you know, certain reasons, but a lot of that footage should be public information. I believe this is a two-way street too, so which makes it more concerning. She got another car coming towards her, so somebody's gonna have to pull to the side. You know, I talked to like a lot of auditors, like Long Island Audit, who does a great job out there, and the Batausai. Um, they they say there's no way or shape or form that we're in 2023 and adults, we're talking mature adults, don't know their constitutional protected rights. Now, I don't, expect them to know all of them, but the basic building block of them, like the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, those ones they should know. Now, if they don't understand those ones, then they're not going to understand the rest of them. So I guess they're going to call a housing inspector or building inspector too, and check well, it's not really the building, it's more the porch, just to make sure, well, we know it's not structurally sound, but two cross members, vertical members are out. Well, I wouldn't recommend no one standing on it, that's for sure. You can see right, that probably a 4x4 that goes in that corner right there, and that's missing. And that one supports that corner as well as the horizontals there. Now to go up that hill, you need some kind of momentum. So it's not like a, it's more like a speed rather than a roll.
People inside, sounds like a male and female arguing for about an hour. 90 South Street, Jamaica Plain. Tower ladder 10, a cardiac disorder. 90 South Street, Jamaica Plain. Nearest box 2514 South Street at Jamaica Street, 842. Bravo 416, was there anything to that Irwin Ave?
Yeah, I never.
416, yes ma'am. I was waiting on the toes. I'm going to be towing to the park from here.
Like I said, you guys give me your honest opinion. How you think that happened? Somebody hit the gas instead of the brake.
For the best team, if you mark their in, please.
Someone thought it was in reverse and went forward. Maybe that could have happened. Maybe they were trying to back in and they hit the gas and went forward. It's possible.
You know your input is very valuable. It just doesn't make sense, and we look at it.
For the best team, you can disregard that last message.
Speaking of cars running into houses, as of this day, the city councilor that ran her car into someone's house on Center Street has not offered to pay for the damages to that house, as far as I know. I was talking to one of the members on the board, and they said she has not even offered to even pay for the damages that she done to their property. The house, I believe it's being worked on, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go check to make sure. But as far as we know, she has not offered to pay any damages to that property. We're not going to say her name because I'm pretty sure you guys know who she is. And things like this you need to document because they may say it never happened. They may say, oh, it never happened. Oh no, it did happen.
Engine 53, ladder 16, a local alarm, 2 Fowle Street, Roslindale. Engine 53, ladder 16, a local alarm, 2 Fowle Street, Roslindale. Nearest box 2.
Now the toughest thing is you gotta explain to your insurance company how you got that car up there. And you're gonna say a story and the guy's gonna be looking at you and he's gonna be looking at you and looking at the pictures, looking at the damage, and you're gonna be telling him what happened. He's gonna look at you again and he's gonna look at the damages. He's gonna be like wondering if you really should have your license. Cause they when I first learned how to drive many years ago, they say the driver is supposed to have complete control of the vehicle at all times. When they say complete control, that means control the speed, control the brakes, control the turning, control the entire vehicle at all times. So know your road conditions, know your weather conditions, know your obstructions, know everything around your vehicle. So you're in control of that vehicle. You're responsible for that particular vehicle. Not responsible for no one else's vehicle but the vehicle you're driving. Now, occasionally you might have to get out the way of somebody that's going to hit you, but you still are in control of the vehicle you were driving. We'll hang around. We'll try to hang around for the tow. Like I said, not too sure how long it'll be because they might be waiting for the building inspector to look at it before they tow that car out of there. Even though it's not structurally towards the building, it's more structural to the porch. Like the building itself, you know, I don't see that concrete stone wall moved at all. I don't like it's even shifted. The porch definitely needs some shoring up, which is pretty much an easy fix. And that's you know, a couple of sheets of lattice, a couple of 4x4s, maybe a bracket, some deck screws. I guess you'd be good to go. So they can't blame it on the sun because there's no sun. So some people say solar glare got them, so it's not sun. It's not the road conditions because the roads are completely dry. You could say another car cut you off, but where would that car be cutting you off from? You could say it was fatigue, and if you was fatigued, you should have stayed home and got some rest. Possibly could have been a medical episode, never know.
Thank you. Bravo Detail.
Detail.
Ma'am, I'm at Children's right now.
No, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I will do some First Amendment audits in the city, like public buildings and city buildings, and see how much the city workers know and respect people's rights to record in public. Because if anybody should know, the educators and the law people should know. The people who enforce the law and make the laws, they should know. Now, if the average citizen knows, I expect these public officials to know too. So one day I might, I talk to a few auditors and hit some of the key spots of the buildings, do a couple of First Amendment audits and see how they respect your right to record in the public place. While I'm here, I might as well give a shout out to the Resistance. He's one of the local auditors in city of Boston. You got KTL, keeping them liable. You got Tom, who's mass accountability. You got Josh, who's accountability for all. You got Enrique, who's Audit in America. You got a whole lot of them out there. And they're all in the Boston, Rhode Island area. You got Chase from the Allen Report. You got quite a few of them out there.
111, show is clear.
Bucket Boy News out of Rhode Island too. There's a whole lot of them. Like there's so many I ran into and met. You got Lois Crum. I don't know if he actually does audits, but he does. What he's doing is like an audit. It's you know, you got to see it for yourself. But he's within his rights. We'll hang around for a bit and see if the tow shows up. And they may tow it right away, they may not, because I did hear that they called for the City of Boston ISD building inspector to come out just to evaluate the structure. That just consists of them probably just looking at it. Now this is a school day. Now, God forbid we had some kids crossing the street or on a sidewalk and they would have gotten hit and ran into that building. That would have been very, very serious. I mean, it could have been anybody, a pedestrian on a sidewalk just crossing the street or something, and things like this would happen. That's the old Jewish Memorial Hospital that's been vacant for several years now. Not too sure what they're gonna do with that building. Somebody said condos. Somebody said they should open up for treatment center for the people on the methadone mile, which would be a good idea. The house is about 200 to 300 people inside there. So, but lately, for the last, wow, I don't know, 10 maybe longer years, it's been just vacant. Every so often, you got an engineer that comes by and runs the heaters just to keep the building warm in the wintertime. There's probably one guy in there just manning the some of the equipment, but other than that, it's not really being utilized. And I don't know if they have any like real plans for it. There were speculations they were going to turn to condos years ago, but that never took any ground. So I don't know. It says 5-minute idling limit. That must apply to the buses.
Bravo 661.
661.
With my 19 over Celtic.
Richard.
Not a usual occurrence to come up to the top of the hill and see a car into a building, so people kind of look with a as if that might be a new parking spot for someone. This is Haley Street, by the way. You guys may never heard of that street. Haley, at the corner of Haley and Harrishoff, which is right in Dorchester, just in back of the Townsend Street area.
Attention engine 3. Cover station 39. Attention engine 3. Cover station 39. 8:55.
Bravo 103.
103.
You can clear us. Show us code 6, Roxbury District Court.
And I believe they may have a half a day for school students due to the heat. So if it does get hot later on in the afternoon, they may dismiss school a little early. That's still up in the air depending on weather conditions.
Bravo 416.
416.
Yeah, I'm going to be else on the report. You can grab me.
Richard. Lateral 18, an unconscious person, 103 Mercer Street, South Boston. Lateral 18, an unconscious person, 103 Mercer Street, South Boston. Nearest box 74169 10 Mercer Street, 858. Engine 52, ladder 29, a central station alarm, 669 Walk Hill Street, Mattapan. Engine 52, ladder 29, a central station alarm, 669 Walk Hill Street, Mattapan. Nearest box 3647 Walk Hill Street and Butler Road, 858.
Bravo Tango 55.
Tango 55.
Could you please clear me from a code 6 and then put me in a code 19 at the Deli Triangle, please?
Okay.
Special signal 1015.
The fire commissioner regrets to announce the death of Captain William J. Maturo, Engine 29, retired.
Hey, what's happening?
I say again, special signal 1015. The fire commissioner regrets to announce the death of Captain William J. Maturo, Engine 29, retired. This is station KGA 647, Boston Fire, Channel 1, 0901.
You're all done. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
I don't know what kind of driving is that, but that's not a. I guess she's gonna back in. Maybe that's she was trying to do. Maybe they were trying to back into the parking lot like she's doing, and then when she tried to hit reverse, I think she hit the forward and went forward. That's what I'm thinking what happened. That's because I see a lot of these cars are backed in. If you look at a lot of these cars are backed in like that, so they could drive out easily when they get off of work. So I'm thinking that's what she was doing. She was probably backing into the spot, and then probably thought it was in reverse, and realized, or didn't realize, I should say, it was in drive, and just went forward. Because if you look at all these cars here, the majority of them are all but one. There's one car behind this generator that's kind of nosed in, but all the rest of these are kind of like backed in. And they kind of stack parked in a way that they can all get out the same way. So we would call that user error. You know, in my line of work, we call that user error, if that is the situation that took place. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how old you guys are. Some of you guys are old enough, like I know some of you guys are older than me out there. If you remember years and years ago when Sears and Roebuck had a driving class, a driving school, between them and Rusty driving school, they were like the two, I would say, the best driving educators out there back then. I don't know who's good now, but Sears was a real good driving school. So I never went to Sears, but I talked to people who went to Sears, and I heard they were very thorough on a lot of stuff, like, you know, telling you parts about the car, how to check the oil, how to check the brakes, all kind of stuff like that. I mean, before you even can get into a car, You had to know the components of a vehicle and how they operate it. Now they just tell you to step the foot on the gas, turn the key, adjust your mirrors, and go. They don't really tell you too much else. You know, a lot of stuff you got to think about when you're driving. That's a 2,000-pound machine that you're in control of. Sometimes they're even heavier than that, depending on what you're driving. I guess he's gonna try to that's one of the building inspectors, so I guess he's gonna try to you know, it's not much assessing, but he's just gonna look at it, probably document what he sees. So the teachers, like, their parking lot is very small, and they really can't park on the street because unless you're a resident, you probably get ticket and maybe towed. So their parking lot is probably not big enough to sustain all the staff members that they have inside the school. I don't see why the city can't give them like 4 spots on the outside over here along the curb. But give them at least 4 spots like right here, because you got plenty of spots over there that you could utilize too. How about giving that stretch over there in the corner? They could park, well, they'd be blocking that gate though too. Yeah, I guess you can't really do that. But at least give them 4 spots along the city street right here, so that way they can. If she's gonna kind of rope it off so no one walks in that corner, because then that will, you know, it probably will hold a light person's weight, but a heavy person will definitely pull that down.
Engine 56, test incident. No response. 1 Ashley Street, East Boston. Nearest box 6249, engine house 56.
Now me, if I was a police officer, right, I would have probably put that tape up there already from the beginning, before he even got there. Because knowing what I know, I would already prevent it for somebody going up there. But that relies on using a little common sense too. Speaking of common sense, if you guys work in any building and you are asked to go on a roof, and it's a flat roof like this building right here, and there's no railings around the edge of that roof, then you should have the employer either put railings on that roof or don't go on that roof at all. And especially at nighttime. If it's a flat roof like this and no barrier up, no parapet, nothing like that, do not go on that roof, because you're only jeopardizing your safety or someone else's safety. All right, we'll hang around a little bit longer, see if the tow truck shows up. They should be on their way, but who knows? They could be tied up doing other accidents. Good morning, how are you?
Asylum is calling ladder 17.
17,
We received a call from security, reported to be the mezzanine level for the alarm.
we're in security now, checking it up.
You're with security now, 912.
It looked like the tow truck down there, Kiki, he's having a tough time finding the street. I think he's been circling around a couple of times. He kind of passed the street like twice, so I think he's trying to find Haley Street. He doesn't know where Haley Street is. It's a Kiki flatbed that keeps riding back and forth, so he may figure it out sooner or later. And this is kind of narrow street to have a school bus coming down too. I don't know who designs these roads for the school buses, but they send some of these school buses down some of the narrowest, dangerous roads. Not only is it, in wintertime it could be worse. I mean, imagine coming down this hill with a school bus with kids on it in the wintertime, and the snow hasn't been treated. You have an accident waiting to happen. It says, they got school buses coming up here too, so hoping the city of Boston, puts plenty of salt down in the wintertime on this hill. Keep an eye on that and see. It looked like another school bus coming behind this school bus. So maybe they board the buses on the side over here. I don't know. Or maybe they're just coming to school and they're gonna. That's gonna be kind of tough. So these kids are just coming to school. And I guess the buses are going to line up on that side over there. And that's where they exit to go to school. And so that means that cars coming up that hill won't have nowhere to go. And cars trying to come down that hill won't have nowhere to go. Because if you got the buses there, then you got no room for anything else to get in between. Looks like another school bus coming up. So far they were all like half buses. And the tow truck looked like he's behind that school bus there. So you got the bus and the tow truck right behind it. Looks like he found the street after all. I don't know what comes in on the GPS if you put that street in. I don't know. It might come up, it might not. It should come up though. The easiest way would be to pull into this driveway and yank it straight back. So if that car was to move all the way in, he could pull that tow truck all the way in and back up to that vehicle straight on. Matter of fact, put the bed right underneath the wheels and just pull it right up there. I would do it that way. I might reposition myself when he starts to tow it. I might cross over to the other side so you guys get the angle of him actually towing it. What's up, my man? How you doing? Yeah, I seen you going back and forth down the street over there.
I was trying, but the lady wouldn't let me come up.
Oh, she won't let you come up? Why not?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It is,
Wow, and you told her you sold a car too?
Yeah, I was like, yo, it's a police officer. I know you gotta
Oh man, that's crazy. He said the traffic guy down there wouldn't let him come up the street. That's crazy. They're like, what the? It's crazy, huh? That's very serious. No, that was one of the teachers, I think, that did that. And I mean, that's not something you should see around a school zone anyway. But you know, unfortunately, that's what happened. But she's snapping pictures of it. I snap pictures of it too. I would ask the principal how safe is my school with my students around.
4287, can you go all out on dispatch, please?
What's the time for the movement?
7:30 to 11:30, ma'am. My apologies.
Anyone with the overtime, dispatch at 7 o'clock to the 5K tomorrow on Erie. 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Contact code 37 miles for 5K up to 7:30 to 11:30. Contact 48. Yes, yes, sir.
Go 19.
I know.
Delta 441. Can you hold me up for Roxbury Court, man?
Okay, okay.
She got a piece of lattice inside the front where the grill and the bumper meet. I guess that's what we have. So he's gonna probably turn that truck around and head out. Just give you a little brief look of how it looked after the fact. Took a one corner post. It looks like a couple of horizontal ones. Nothing major. Alright guys, just be safe. Watch your speeds. What's the worst car accident you've seen? Nothing too bad today?